Well, good morning. Welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now, things are getting a little bit better here, so at last I can show you one in spike. And this is I'll get the label, a Maclellenara. There we are. You can see that. Maclellenara Pagan Love Song, Sheila. And I haven't named it Sheila. I just picked this plant up because it was named Sheila. I thought it would be a bit apt. So we'll just take a look at the plant before I tell you something about it, or as much as I can about it. Well, I bought this when it had this on, it had this on, and it had this. And now this since I've had it, and it must be, what, a couple of years, getting on for 3 years. And this is the spike it's thrown up. Looks like there's one bud there and another 2 buds on top. Quite a large plant. So that's it. I'm quite pleased with it. It's done very well. Very nice pseudobulbs on it as well. Well, this plant is now not known as Maclellenara. I think that was given to a chap called Maclellenara who bred this one around about 30 years ago, something like that. But they're now known as Aliceara or Beallara. Now, they're bred from a multitude of different species, so growth and flowers on these will be a difference in every hybrid you come across. The flowers will also be all different coloured and shaped, so you can't determine what it's going to look like unless you've actually seen the actual plant you're buying in flower. They don't require bright lights, and they don't like lights that are too dim. So as long as what you're giving them is adequate, they'll settle for that. These plants will stand, I believe, high temperatures or extreme temperatures. But if you keep them, say, at 12 centigrade at night and around the mid-70s during the summer months, they will do very well for you. But when I said extreme temperatures, I mean that they can stand very high temperatures and very low temperatures for very short periods. And by very high I mean something like 35, 36, and low almost to freezing, but I won't go below about 3 or 4. But like most orchids, these they do require cooler temperatures during the summer months and the winter months as well, to promote blooming. Now I realise that this one is flowering in winter, and really they should flower in spring and summer. But seeing as I grow these I've grown this in the greenhouse, you know, this is the reason why it's flowering in the winter time. Now these plants have very thin roots, which I'll show you. Well, I'll just lift it out of the pot and hopefully there's quite a few roots to show you. Yeah, plenty of roots there, all nice and moist too. Now because these have thinnish roots, then you can use a much smaller bark, and I think you might be able to get away with seedling bark for these, providing you put things like nice pieces of charcoal and some large pieces of perlite in. But they do require a smaller bark. And as usual, they need to be extremely free draining so that these can keep sort of moist and not over wet, which will destroy the roots. Now these do require quite a bit of moisture, but when it comes to winter time you can let them almost dry off and then start watering before they get completely dry. And normal watering then will start when new growth starts appearing. Now as regards fertilising, you've all heard the expression, feed them weekly and weekly. And that's what they like. It's very good for these if you do that, but when you come into the growing season, to promote having some really nice blooms on them and plenty of flowers, give them high phosphate and high potassium feed, and they'll show the benefits of doing that. And don't forget to leach them quite often with good clean water. And good clean water, I mean, excludes tap water, which should never be used on orchids, in my opinion, for the simple reason, as I've said before, they put all sorts of muck in the water to make it fit for human consumption, but that's not good for orchids. Unfortunately, I can't show you flowers of this plant because I don't even know how they're going to turn out myself. I don't know how large the blooms are going to be, but I think they get quite large, and I've no idea what the colours will be because I can't find any pictures of these anywhere. Yeah, but rest assured, when they do flower, I'll start making a video of them. Well, I can't say much more about this plant. I hope it's been helpful to someone. And until next time, thanks to all my subscribers. There's quite a few of them coming along now, which is very, very helpful. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.